99% of people walk right past these SUVs on used car lots. They glance at the badge, make an assumption, and keep walking toward a RAV4 or CRV that costs $6,000 more for the exact same reliability. Every time I see it happen, I want to grab them by the shoulders and say, "You are about to make the biggest mistake of your car buying life." After over 2 decades of turning wrenches and seeing thousands of SUVs roll through my shop, I can tell you exactly which ones are overpriced because of their reputation and which ones are underpriced because nobody knows any better. Today, I am giving you 5 SUVs that the market has completely wrong. These are not compromises. These are not project cars. These are absolute gold mines hiding in plain sight. Number 5 is the one people dismiss the fastest because of 3 letters on the tailgate. And number 1, that one shares its DNA with a $250,000 off-road legend, and you can pick one up for under $30,000. Let us get into it. Number 5, Hyundai Santa Fe from 2019 to 2020. Number 5 is an SUV that mechanics use to dread seeing, not because it was unreliable, but because its predecessors from 2012 to 2014 had earned Hyundai a terrible reputation. Engine failures, transmission problems, the works. But here is what 99% of people do not realize. Hyundai completely reinvented this SUV, starting in 2019. I had a customer come in last spring, a nurse driving a beat-up Equinox that was nickel and diming her to death. She wanted a reliable mid-size SUV for $17,000 and was dead set on a Honda CR-V. The CR-V models in her price range had 90,000 to 110,000 miles with questionable histories. I showed her a 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe SEL with 52,000 miles for $15,800. She literally said that she would never buy a Hyundai. I told her to drive it first. 2 days later, she bought it. 14 months later, she has spent $47 on one oil change. That is it. Here is what changed in 2019. Hyundai introduced an entirely new platform and ditched the problematic Theta 2 engines. The 2019 and 2020 Santa Fe models came with refined engines paired with an 8-speed automatic that has proven itself across hundreds of thousands of miles. J.D. Power gave the 2020 model an 86 out of 100 for reliability. Consumer Reports scored it 4 out of 5. Price Reality, a 2019 Santa Fe SEL with under 70,000 miles averages $16,000 to $19,000. A comparable Honda CR-V costs $21,000 to $24,000. That is a $5,000 to $6,000 difference. Inspection checklist. Stick with 2019 and 2020 only. Verify the tow hitch harness recall has been completed. Test the forward collision system on the highway. Check service records for transmission fluid changes at 60,000 mile intervals. The 2019 to 2020 Santa Fe is proof that Hyundai turned a corner. The only reason it is cheap is because people remember what Hyundai used to be, not what it has become. Number 4, Mazda CX-9 from 2016 to 2023. Number 4 is a 3-row SUV that Repair Pal ranks as the most reliable in its entire segment, yet nobody talks about it. When people think 3-row family hauler, they think Highlander or Pilot. Almost nobody thinks Mazda. That is exactly why this SUV is a steal. The numbers do not lie. The Mazda CX-9 has a reliability rating of 4 out of 5, ranking first out of 14 full-size SUVs. Average annual repair cost is $539 compared to $784 for for the segment average. That is $245 less per year. The probability of a major repair is only 10% compared to 15% average. A father of 4 came in convinced he needed a Chevrolet Traverse. I asked what he valued most. He said reliability, fuel economy, and something that did not feel like driving a school bus. I told him to test drive a CX-9 first. He called me 3 days later, stunned by how much better it drove. He said it felt like a sports sedan with 3 rows. He bought a 2020 CX-9 Grand Touring with 48,000 miles for $26,500. A comparable Highlander would have cost $32,000 or more. 18 months and 30,000 miles later, total unscheduled repairs were a cabin air filter and a battery. The second generation CX-9 uses Mazda's Skyactiv G 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. I know what you're thinking. A Turbo 4 in a 3-row SUV sounds like trouble. Except Mazda engineered it with low boost pressure and robust internals. The 6-speed automatic is smooth, reliable, and does not have CVT issues. Price comparison. A 2019 CX-9 Touring with 70,000 miles runs $20,000 to $24,000. A Honda Pilot EXL would be $26,000 to $30,000. That is $6,000 for an SUV that costs less to maintain and is genuinely fun to drive. Inspection tips. Stick with 2016 and newer. The first generation had a Ford-sourced engine with known issues. Check the turbo for hesitation during acceleration. Test the infotainment controller for lag. The CX-9 is the best 3-row secret on the market. It is undervalued because people still think Mazda only makes small cars. Number 3, the Acura MDX from 2014 to 2020. It is a luxury SUV with Honda DNA, Honda reliability, and a price tag that makes BMW owners look foolish. It is what happens when Honda takes everything they know about building bulletproof vehicles and wraps it in leather. RepairPal gives the MDX a 4 out of 5 reliability rating, ranking second out of 14 luxury midsize SUVs. Average annual repair cost is $571 compared to $807 for the segment. The probability of a severe repair is only 8% compared to 11% on average. A business owner came in looking at a 2017 BMW X5 with 65,000 miles for $28,000. I inspected it and found a transfer case leak, early air suspension failure signs, and infotainment glitches. Estimated repairs over 2 years were at least $4,500. I showed him a 2017 Acura MDX technology package with 58,000 miles for $23,500. Same 3 rows, same premium feel, but Honda engineering underneath. He bought the MDX. 26 months later, at 97,000 miles, total unscheduled repairs 0. The MDX uses Honda's legendary J-Series 3.5-liter V6, refined over 2 decades. This engine family routinely runs 200,000 to 300,000 miles. There's a documented 2001 MDX that reached 946,252 miles in fleet service. The 9-speed automatic introduced in 2015 is equally reliable. Price comparison. A 2018 MDX technology package with 70,000 miles averages $22,000 to $26,000. A 2018 BMW X5 is $27,000 to $33,000. A Mercedes GL E350 is $28,000 to $34,000. That is up to $12,000 more for SUVs that cost significantly more to maintain. Inspection checklist. Verify timing belt replacement on vehicles over 100,000 miles. Test the super handling. All-wheel drive with tight parking lot circles. Check for transmission fluid change records at 60,000-mile intervals. The MDX is what happens when people buy with their ego instead of their brain. Smart buyers pick up 3-year-old MDXs for thousands less than German alternatives. Number 2. The Toyota Sequoia from 2008 to 2019. This full-size SUV seats 8, tows 7,400 pounds, and can run 300,000 miles without breaking a sweat. Almost nobody considers it because they are too busy looking at Tahoes that cost more and will not last as long. The Sequoia shares its platform with the Toyota Tundra and uses the legendary 5.7-liter V8 that has earned Toyota trucks a reputation for 400,000-mile lifespans. I have personally seen 4 Sequoias in my shop with over 300,000 miles on original engines and transmissions. IC Cars analyzed over 300 million data points and found the Sequoia has a 44.3% chance of reaching 200,000 miles, nearly double the full-size SUV average. It earned an 8.4 out of 10 reliability rating. A contractor needed a full-size SUV for his family of 6 that could tow his utility trailer. He was shopping a 2017 Tahoe LT with 78,000 miles for $34,000. I have worked on enough Tahoes to know what is coming at that mileage. Lifter tick from Active Fuel Management. Transmission shudder. Air conditioning compressor failures. I told him to budget $3,000 to $5,000 in repairs over 3 years. Then I showed him a 2016 Sequoia SR5 with 82,000 miles for $26,500. He test drove both and said the Sequoia felt like it could go another 200,000 miles. 2.5 years later, at 134,000 miles, total repairs were a water pump for $680. The 5.7-liter V8 uses a timing chain, not a belt. It has no cylinder deactivation causing lifter problems and no start-stop system wearing out starters. It just runs. Pricing reality. A 2017 Sequoia SR5 with 80,000 miles averages $26,000 to $31,000. A same-year Tahoe LT runs $32,000 to $38,000. That is $6,000 to $7,000 less for an SUV that will outlast the Chevy by 50,000 to 100,000 miles. Inspection tips. Avoid 2001 to 2007 first-generation models with known exhaust manifold and transmission issues. Check for rust underneath on northern vehicles. Test the air conditioning system and inspect brake rotors for warping. The Sequoia is the forgotten Toyota. Everyone knows Land Cruisers and 4Runners are reliable. Nobody realizes the Sequoia is built the same way. If you are finding value in this straight talk, hit subscribe. More videos are coming on SUVs that actually make sense. Number 1. Lexus GX460 from 2010 to 2023. This is the SUV I recommend more than any other. It shares its platform, engine, and running gear with the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, which sells for over $60,000 globally. You can pick up a used example for $25,000 to $35,000, and it will run 300,000 miles without complaining. It offers Land Cruiser DNA reliability. A lawyer wanted a luxury SUV for Colorado winters. She was looking at a 2018 BMW X5 with 62,000 miles listed for $32,000. I found leaking valve cover gaskets, cooling system stress, and run flat tires that needed $1,800 in replacement. I showed her a 2017 Lexus GX460 Premium with 71,000 miles for $33,500. Same price range, completely different reliability profile. She bought the GX 20 months later at 108,000 miles, total repairs, 1 new battery. The GX460 uses the 4.6-liter V8 that powers the Land Cruiser. It is naturally aspirated with no turbos to fail. The timing chain is designed to last the vehicle's life. There is no direct injection carbon buildup. It makes 301 horsepower and refuses to die. RepairPal gives it a 3.5 out of 5 reliability rating with an average annual repair cost of $770. But the real story is in the forums. Owners routinely hit 250,000 to 300,000 miles with nothing but oil changes and brake pads. One owner wrote, "Bought mine with 135,000. Just past 180,000, exactly one repair." Pricing Goldmine. A 2017 GX460 Premium with 75,000 miles averages $32,000 to $37,000. A same year Land Cruiser runs $48,000 to $55,000. That is $16,000 to $20,000 less for the same Toyota truck DNA. Compare it to German alternatives. A 2017 BMW X5 goes for $26,000 to $32,000. That looks cheaper until you realize the BMW costs $1,166 per year in repairs versus $770 for the GX. Over 5 years, that is nearly $2,000 more, not counting major failures after 100,000 miles. Inspection checklist. Look for a timing chain cover weep, usually cosmetic, but worth noting. Test the kinetic dynamic suspension by doing full lock circles. Check the transfer case for minor leaks. The GX460 is the single best value in the used luxury SUV market. It is the Land Cruiser's American cousin that slipped under the radar. While everyone chases depreciating German lease returns, smart buyers pick up GX460s and drive them another 200,000 miles. So there it is. 5 SUVs that 99% of people are completely wrong about. The Hyundai Santa Fe from 2019 to 2020, proof Hyundai figured it out. The Mazda CX-9, the best 3-row nobody considers. The Acura MDX, Honda reliability and luxury clothing. The Toyota Sequoia, the forgotten full-size that outlasts everything. And the Lexus GX460, the Land Cruiser in disguise that mechanics buy for their own families. Next time a salesman tries to push whatever they need to move, you'll know better. Like if this helped. Subscribe for more honest car advice. I'll keep telling you the truth, dealerships won't. Drive safe. Take care of your SUV, and it'll take care of you. Take it or leave it. I'll see you in the next one.